Hello, welcome to the Matrix, which is my version of my world in the Matrix, the movie world. Um, I'm putting together something simple and easy for movie fans around the world to come and join and face your opinion and tell what you think on what I believe about our movie world and Hollywood and everything that's going on, like the new movies that are coming out and basically movies, the old movies back then, new projects that shouldn't be done, movies that shouldn't be done, and I just got a lot to say about it. So, um, first I want to say this is all new, so bear with me on a lot of things that not here that's soon to come. Um, I would first like to say thank you for everybody that you know looks at it or whatever. So, um, I just want to make sure everybody knows that this is for everybody that wants to comment on the movie world and my opinions on the movie world out there, or shows or things that's coming out or whatever. Um, first, this the topic of this live stream right now is He-Man, where are you? And basically, I want to chime in on like where's the He-Man project? Like I see they did doing like the cartoon special on Netflix. I watched some of that. Um I'm a big He-Man fanatic. I came up on the show in the 80s, and I it's my favorite thing. I collected the toys when I was younger. I'm just a big He-Man fan ever since I was a kid. So with the projects and stuff going on right now, I just want to know like what's intake for it, because I've heard stuff about them doing a new project for it after the 1980s version of Masters of the Universe, and I hadn't heard anything since. So I just want to comment on what I think should be done, who I think should play the characters, and you know certain people agree with me, or voice your opinions on who you think you know the character should be played by who. I want to start off by saying I think a good writer, of course, would have to be for this. Um, I'm thinking the guy that did trying to remember the movie. I know uh sort of kind of like I wanted to be somebody that's in between Lord of the Rings and Gladiator for this movie, like a good combination, like a Oliver Stone type director. Uh, you know, just somebody that can bring the fantasy part of it and also the realistic toughness to it, and only to be a lot of like a good battle scene, sort of like Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, like where Eternia, two sides of Eternia might go to war, Gray Skull versus uh what is it? Where Skeletor's from, Mountain, Snake Mountain, and just have it, but don't do that going going to, you know, into the world from their world like they did the 80s movies where they came to New York or LA, wherever it was at, through that key, the music key that that held like different dimensions of it. Like don't nah, we don't need that. That's going back to the Jurassic Park T-Rex walking in the city. No, we don't need that right now. So keep it Eternia. Keep everything in the Eternia world. And the movie, the whole script, you want it to be all about Eternia through the whole movie. Not no, oh, they go through time and go, we don't want that. I don't want that. Some of y'all might. But I was just looking at it, one time I even thought about just writing the script myself and putting it together myself and seeing what I think would work or whatever. I'll tell you something, man. My opinion, Hollywood is horrible. It's it's Armageddon. Hollywood is not what it used to be. I think it's not even what it could be. It hasn't reached its potential. All the ideas are gone. All the remakes are horrible. Like they're running out of ideas. Directors, writers, like nobody has any idea no more. So now it's to a point they're looking to get saved by like the old school. They'll try to remake this or remake that, redo this, bring back that, or nowadays like bringing the old movies back, having the old characters play it for other parts to continue it. Indiana Jones, Top Gun, um, Rambo, Rocky. It's you know, and I don't mind bringing back the old school movies, but you gotta don't rush through it. They rush through this stuff, and it's not. They don't take the time with it. Back in the day, it took a long time for a movie to be made. They didn't, not 20 days. Like they took the time. It took a year or 2 years for a movie to be made, and they from the 80s to the 90s, up in the end 90s, movies were good. Movies were good, and I just don't. I don't think they're taking the time. I don't think they're putting the work, the hard work into it. I think they're just rushing through projects, to get it right, or to put a script. Just throwing it on paper, putting it out there, but putting it for sale, and then it doesn't end up being good. So I just I feel like the Hollywood world needs a savior. The way the world needed Jesus to save us, the Hollywood world needs a savior, somebody that could come and bring creativity that took off from the 80s to the 90s, and, you know, and bring it back to life, creativity back to life, good projects, good storylines, you know, finding writers out there that actually have a mind of creativity, um, so they can, and the producers who are great collabing with great writers. Um, I just I don't, I don't think I don't think it's great, you know. Um, but I feel sooner or later hopefully it'll get us, everything will come, it'll get together, things will come together. But He-Man, I want to say, far as the casting, I'm gonna start with the casting. I feel like I've been thinking about it a lot, and when you think about He-Man, you'd like almost like thinking about somebody trying to play the Joker again. We all know Heath Ledger did a really good job with the Joker. Um, Jack Nicholson did a great job as the Joker, and the whole thing that they had in common with those 2 is they put everything into it almost, it end up I felt like it ended up catching up with one, killing one, and the other one almost, but it turned him into an alcoholic. Jack Nicholson said he took that script, because that character is so big that he put so much work into it, turned him into an alcoholic because he would stay up nights drinking, and Heath Ledger was taking medication and stuff to keep stay awake, from what I understand, and it he ended up dying from that character. Uh, I just I feel like you know He-Man is He-Man and Skeletor are characters that not so much a He-Man, but Skeletor is definitely a character, because he's a all-time villain. So, um, I'm looking at far as Skeletor, start with him. You got guys out there, you got OGs out there that could do it, that are creative. I like Benicio del Toro. I think he would be great to do it. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. Um, Benicio del Toro is a talented actor, and I could see him bringing a lot to the table. I liked a lot of his movies, Sicario, The Wolfman. Um, just his energy and his talent. They even tried to throw him in one of the Marvel movies. I think what was it? What's the name of that movie? The last movie with Angelina Jolie. Uh, Having a brain fart. Sorry. Uh, I'll come back to that. But he was in that one, and he's done a lot of projects. But I think he's a really good dark actor, and I think he could bring Skeletor to life. Another guy that's talented, that's old school OG, uh, Johnny Depp. I feel like Johnny Depp is at that top, because the guy that did it in the '80s, Skeletor, I think it was Frank something. He was really good, and he was old at his past his prime, but still good and talented to do that character. I think Johnny Depp is getting there, and I think Johnny Depp could do it. So between Johnny Depp, Benicio del Toro, um, Daniel Day Lewis is another one, but I don't know how old he is right now. But Skeletor, you don't have to be the young. Um, you got a lot of talented Oscar Isaac. That's another good guy. Um, that's talented. But everybody know him from Apocalypse. He played Apocalypse in X-Men Apocalypse, which I didn't think did too good. But I think you know him as Apocalypse. I thought that was pretty good. Um, you got guys out there that could do it. I wouldn't put. I would pick an older, experienced, good actor like artsy. That's my thing. Artsy actor. You know, creativity for Skeletor. He-Man, get somebody that's decent acting, and of course he's got to be a big buff dude, or that transformation is going to be pretty extreme. But far as He-Man, I've looked at one guy and I think he'd be good to play him. He could be the same guy in different movies. I'm not sure yet. I gotta do look it up again and see if that's him. But the guy that plays Jack Reacher in a new series, uh, Reacher, um, I could see him, playing He-Man. Longer hair, you know, he's a buff dude. Just work on, get ready for that role. He's not a bad actor. I could see him, but I think he's in that last movie, Fast 9. The guy that turns on Vin Diesel at the end that we thought was helping him. I think that's him, the same dude, but I could be wrong. But either if that's even that's a different dude, the guy that's supposed to be with the agency that Vin Diesel's working for, or he's helping supposed to be helping the agency, and he ended up working with Jason Momoa at the end, and kind of it's bad because it's like, whoa, you supposed to be against him, but anyway, I see him, but that might be the same guy as the Reacher guys. I'm not sure. Evil Lynn, you got talented actresses out there. Um, One actress that comes to mind for me, and she's older now. I can see her playing. Well, two so far comes Natalie Portman and um the girl that played Catwoman in The Dark Knight Rises, Anne Hathaway. I could see either them or you got some out there, talented women out there that could do it. But I could see either one of them two portraying evil in because they're in their older age now. Um, and you got Beastman, Skeletor's henchman, Beastman. You can get somebody a big wrestler. Uh, uh, One of them guys from WWE because he's gonna have makeup on. Just get one of them big old tall buff guys. Trap Jaw, I could see The Rock, Dwayne Johnson playing him. I think he would do good as Trap Jaw. Um, Either The Rock or maybe Tom Hardy. Uh, you got Cyclops. That could be played by anybody. You could throw John Cena and just put that helmet with the eye thing over his head, and the henchman doesn't have to be really, really good actors. You know, long as they just don't do nothing stupid. um, Evil End though, she has to put some work in because Evil End is a good character out there. Mad at Arms. Um, I could see Russell Crowe would have been good for him, but he's not. He's out of shape and he's older and out of shape, and he's not. You know, Mad at Arms shape. You got to be somebody that's still in shape. That's older. Tom Selleck lookish with the mustache. Um, you can give him a mustache. You have because his daughter is going to be. I forgot her name, but she's hand to hand, right? Fighting side by side with him. Uh, Man at Arms. That's a good one. That's a pretty good one. What do you got out there? You have somebody who's tall that could move around. I would love to say Liam Neeson, but Liam Neeson's not. You need somebody a little bit bigger than Liam Neeson. Um, mm, Maybe Jackie Jackie Cooper, I think his name is, the one that played, Sniper. He could and he played A Star Is Born. I could see him I could see him playing I could see him doing it. You got other people out there, but, and then, of course, his daughter, you got actresses out there you can get that could portray her, as far as, what's her name? Scarlett Johansson, not Scarlett Witch, Scarlett Johansson, who plays, why am I having the character she plays from Marvel with the Avengers, but I could see Scarlett Johansson playing her. Then you have, and then as far as the CGI and stuff like that, here's the thing about Masters of the Universe, you wanna bring that, capture eye scene again with this whole thing because Eternia is like a different, almost like trying to film a movie about Krypton, Superman's world. Like you gotta have stuff that catches the eye. That's amazing, but you don't want it because they do it so much now. Like the Man of Steel, it was decent, but way they did Krypton, it was just too unrealistic with the graphics. You want it realistically looking because now you're bringing in Battle Cat. They didn't have Battle Cat in the first one, so you wanna bring Battle Cat in there. So you want that looking like eye catching when people first saw Jurassic Park for the first time in 94, 95, and then they first saw the first Transformers in, what was that, 2009, I think, 8, when they saw the very first Transformers, it was like, "Wow." You know what I mean? Like, you want it like that with this movie, So you wanna I know it's possible to see have some tiger running around talking and making them look realistic. The most they got at that was that Jungle Book movie. Um, and when they did the Lion King, and you know, the live action whatever, when they had the animals talking, but you want to looking like a tiger you want it to really look like real as possible. You want I will put so much into this movie and so much time into it, and I will make sure it's right because you want the fantasy looking real. But you want it realer than Avatar. You want it realer than the Jungle Book. You want it realer than the Lion King. You want it brought, because Skeletor has his cat too. Um, it's just yeah. So you want it realistic, but you want it according to the cartoon. That's my thing. I'm going to put an '80s cartoon because a lot of people came up on it as that instead of just comic book. It wasn't like Superman. It was the comic book, X-Men, comic book, all of those are comic books. But He-Man was like the '80s cartoon was kicked it off. Yeah, it was a comic book, but it was like bigger in that cartoon, you know. Um, yeah, it's you want the special effects looking really good, but you don't want them looking cartoony. You don't want that's the part I'm getting at. Because now these movies now got so much cartoony looking to the special effects to it. It looks like we're watching a cartoon. I don't can't see no difference from watching a cartoon than these CGI movies. Like just start doing cartoons again. But I'm not saying they putting a lot of money into it, but it's the technology of it, the art of it, it's not capturing the realness into the eye. So that being said, and then you wanna bring that war epic to it. You wanna bring that battle to it, you know what I mean? You want He-Man to be that hero than just He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe, you don't you want the alter ego with Adam and He-Man too, you know? Um, um, just I just think they should do this one right. I think they should do this one right, and I think it's almost like the Mortal Kombat new Mortal Kombat's coming out. Well, I'll talk about that on another live, but, you want everything together, and then I would, sorry about that. I would just get a good Warner Brothers, I would say, to get to do this, and, Warner Brothers seems to be doing pretty good, picking back up what they used to do, but either Warner Brothers or Universal, one of those 2, um, it's probably help Universal out more than Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers is already on the move with that stuff, but, if I have to go with one, I guess Imma say He-Man's more well, maybe Universal Studios. Um, but you don't want it Hulk looking like either from the Avengers. You want it more realistic than that. um, mainly with Battle Cat and Skeletor. Skeletor looked real in the first movie. They didn't make him CGI. I think God that technology wasn't booming like that then, but Skeletor like that, like that's what I mean. Bringing that kind of realistic. Beastman looked realistic in that movie. Uh, what's his name? Blade, General Blade, the guy that had the eye thing on his other eye, um, looked like a robotic Kano. Uh, you just want that kind of stuff. So, like, what I'm talking about is like you even see the Justice League cartoonish in the Justice League movie because Superman flying around like that, do. You don't have to bring all that here. Like the old Superman when he was just flying around in the air, you could see him, and it wasn't moving like that. It looked more realistic. So that's what I mean. Like, stop with all the money in the CGI. Bring back the regular movie magic. Capture the eye. Don't turn the eye. Capture it. Um, but yeah. So I'm gonna get off on this, and y'all think about what I was saying, and the next stream we can hopefully I have it where I can bring in some people. But yeah, He Man, where are you? Y'all have a good day.